Alright everyone.
We're back from Maroon Bills.
Yep.
Back on Snowmass.
We are tired, but we're gonna do another trail again here in Snowmass. We're gonna try to record the whole thing. Again, Maroon Bills was a little bit more busy, so didn't really want to record too long.
Plus,
and everything
there
else.
are parts of the trail where it does get kind of narrow. Didn't want to get into people's personal space.
Yeah. So we're going back up. I will say the hill that leads to this trail
Oh yeah.
is yeah, it's quite the hill and trek. Obviously you'd be doing skiing, where you see the ski lifts down it. So
Yeah. During the winter time, this is Snowmass Village's ski slopes.
So we are going to jump back on the Village Bound, but then we're going to jump on Discovery from there. The Discovery, at least beginning, it looks like you need to start with Village Bound and then go to Discovery for right now because of construction and things like that. Snowmass is definitely hopping this weekend.
Doing cider,
Yeah, a cider
festival.
tasting festival thing. They have a band performing there, so it's a little bit busier in the mall area.
Tomorrow, and I think today they've been doing bike racing.
Yeah, and they're doing bike racing, as Tess said. You can kind of tell by our talking that we're definitely
Winded from that
yeah,
incline.
a little bit more tired from the incline and hiking earlier today, but
It is definitely warmer today. Don't have the nice overcast like we did yesterday.
yeah, it's a nice sunny day, which is nice. But yeah, so after today we'll be heading back home to the apartment tomorrow morning. There is a little, like, I don't know if you'd call it like a little visitor kiosk or whatever you want to call it, but like there's a little kiosk where you can ask, yeah, information kiosk,
That was super nice.
but gives you more information. We got an actual trail map this time and all that, of all the different trails there are. They do have them color coordinated, so
Yeah, we can
beginner and
possibly show you that.
moderate hikes or intermediate hikes and so on and so forth. But yeah, we did have a great time at Maroon Bells. Again, good couple of hikes, trails. The water's just beautifully clear. Again, the way you get up there is you have to go up by shuttle. You can get a permit to bring up your vehicle, but that's for like overnight camping and such. Not sure what the cost of that is. We always just do, you know, the shuttle there and then back, and then on the way back, when you're going there, it is, you need to schedule a time. On the way back, it is first come, first serve. Make sure you have your piece of paper still, or as they give the advice of, take a picture of your ticket. Otherwise, you're paying another $20 to come back. Well, $10 per person. So $20 for us would have been what it was, but we had a photo of our ticket. Plus, I think the ticket's still in my
I think the reservation
jacket
you
pocket.
make is round trip.
It is.
If you do overnight camping, not sure how long you're going to be. I think that's what it's like. You want to take the bus back down. You took the bus up.
I think you also have to reserve campsites there anyway, or you let them know how long you're going to be up there.
Yeah.
So,
I know a person either lost their pass or I'm not sure, but he didn't have a round trip ticket down.
yep.
They had to pay for the trip back.
Yeah, there's two of them, so it was $20 total to come back. But as we'll say in another video and all that, but just reiterate or re-say some fun facts. Not pine trees, aspens have a dusty film on them. I don't know if you can really see it, but that can be used
Temporarily.
as a temporary sunscreen. So if you ever forget sunscreen and all that, gently rub a aspen and rub it on whatever you're needing to kind of cover. Would suggest again though, gently, but then also just bring your own sunscreen. And you know, plan on the things you need to bring and all that. Make sure you have like a checklist maybe. The only thing, again, we didn't bring up with us this trip was bug spray, which hasn't been too bad though.
No, there's been more grasshoppers than anything.
And yeah, so
There were bees, I think bees, not maroon bells, but
there's bees and there's actually like raspberry plants there. Not sure if they were actually edible raspberries. Wouldn't suggest, you know, trying finding out.
Hello.
Hello.
Just me.
Uh,
that looks so fun.
as you guys saw there, you can obviously hear a bicyclist coming. And then most bicyclists, at least on these trails that we've dealt with, are usually kind enough to tell us how many people are behind them.
Oh, and most people on the trail, but it's super friendly.
Yeah. There might be someone coming up.
I think it's a park.
Oh.
They do, I think, maintenance throughout the year for their slope maintenance, you know, for ski season, especially when it gets closer. So I think they do check for.
And already, whew,
Wow.
we've hiked quite a bit. Again, just gotta love the views. A much sunnier day. We have water and we have snacks on this one. Depending on the hike you're doing, again, be prepared. Water is always, of course, a good thing to have, electrolytes. Good thing to have.
When we get to the point where we're trying to start to merge with Discovery.
We're at that
It's
point.
on the map.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anything else?
Well, thank you. But as you guys can see, very polite people on trails. Again, be the same way. Be polite. Be respectful. So last time we went up the trail over on the left. This time we're going to the right,
Where that
where the frisbee golf
hole is?
hole is. And then again, we kind of put this out yesterday, but in case you guys missed it, we are believing these are, you know, the little pipe things they do for snowboarding and all that.
Skate, technically.
And skate.
I forget what it's called.
There's where the Discovery Trail, like, technically would start and come up. And then this is where you continue on. So we're going to continue on up this way.
And again, the trails are marked for beginner, intermediate.
Just acknowledge and remember, it is still a hike. You're still increasing in elevation, and depending on where you're from, Aspen is already, or Snowmass is already pretty high in elevation compared to where we even are in Loveland, Colorado. Or even Estes, if you guys have ever been to Estes. Like, so elevation is a lot higher, air's a lot thinner. There is such a thing as altitude sickness.
And that can come in many forms. Headache, I believe, is what my family experience usually. Headaches and drowsiness.
So please just be mindful of your body, and when your body's telling you that you probably need to stop, it'd be a good point to go back, because again, as we always say to each other all the time, however far you go, you have to go that far back. So if you're like, I can push it to do 6 miles, you got 6 miles to go back. And although downhill is less tiresome, you're still needing to keep track of your pace and also your footing a lot more closely.
This is more of like the ski lodges you can stay at.
We're not too sure what everything is. There's no poles that are out there.
I'm not sure if that's water during the summer or if that's to help
With
with
snow, or
during the
maybe
winter.
or maybe it's both.
Yeah.
We're not too sure. If you saw our video yesterday, this path is also, or whatever day it was, for us yesterday, but this trail is definitely a lot more sunny out in the open. So again, sunscreen, we said it also in the Maroon Bells video, but you are higher altitude, you will burn quicker. Even though it might seem a little bit cooler up here, you are gonna still burn quite quickly. So apply sunscreen, and for those of you who need the reminder like I do, you do apply it more than once throughout the day.
Also, quick hiking tip. Whatever these are called. I think Camelback came with them originally, but now I think they're just called water bladders. Super nice.
Make sure you get a decent one.
Yeah.
And a hiking bag obviously is always good to have. Has the little straps and clips on the chest. Some of them have them also on the stomach, like Tessa's does.
I think it's supposed to be even weight distribution. But
Yeah, and it's supposed to kind of, I believe, help your shoulders and all that. I'm sure there's some of you who are watching this and you can confirm or nod your head in agreement and say, oh yeah, they got that right. Because again, we like hiking, but we're still very much so, technically speaking, we're beginners. We got a good idea, knowledge that we have learned, but
we've also bought rubber rings too.
yep, we got our rubber Quelo rings that we are wearing, just so that, don't have to worry about losing any, whether it be gemstones in Tessa's ring or just losing the whole ring in and of itself. That of course would not be a good or fun thing to do.
Also, just from experience with me yesterday, having an actual ring on, these are not as tight feeling as a metal ring feels. When your fingers start to swell and get hot, these don't feel like that.
I think the other thing that I know has been, probably should acknowledge and all that, is when you're hiking, be cautious of ice cold water. If you do decide to fill a Yeti or some type of very well insulated drink, your body is hot and warm and needs to warm up that water. Otherwise, you're drinking ice cold water and you drink a bunch of it, you're gonna put your body into shock. I thankfully have never had to deal with the experience, but you hear it a lot. So just a good friendly reminder, when you're hot, it's not the best idea to do a bunch of, what a noisy little bug you are.
It's a grasshopper.
Ugh.
It's a grasshopper. I think that's why they call those fireworks grasshoppers.
Oh, that makes sense.
The grasshoppers are very thick this year.
But yes, I know for a lot of us, me included, I get really hot and all that. You want a nice ice cold water drink. But in the end, not good for you. Room temperature, or take small sips of it so your body can heat it up. Getting a little bit more into shade now, which is nice.
And it's not overly hot. I think, we've just been hiking so much today that it just doesn't feel hot anymore.
It's not too hot. There's a nice breeze that's cooling. Probably, again, we got looser water wicking or sweat wicking or whatever you want to call it, clothing, thinner clothing. Don't forget, in the morning, in the mountains, especially in this time, it is nice cool in the morning. So, while I was still wearing shorts,
Oh yeah, here's one hole for the frisbee golf.
yeah, but while I was wearing shorts, I also was wearing a jacket.
Now, again,
So here's
With
hole
no
17.
idea where the holes start.
This is where the hole starts.
Well,
Not too sure how you're supposed to get down there though.
that's hole 17. I have no idea where hole 1 is.
Yeah. They might have more information about that at that little help kiosk at the mall.
They also have guided tours.
Yep.
For hiking if you want to do that instead.
Yep.
You feel more comfortable going in a group
Or if you're like us and you'd prefer to go on your own and you like to be more secluded, I will say for those of you who have struggled a little bit more with, like, you know, being surrounded by more people, I would say going during the week is a good idea. It's a little bit less people. But then also we've there's a couple, you know, little shops there and all, like obviously gift shops, clothes, cups, mugs, etc., etc. But then there's some food shops. We've gone to this place called Taste of Philly cheesesteaks, really good, cash only.
I do think so, because there are Tastes of Philly down where we live. But there's some ingredient, there's some in Fort Collins.
But this one is much different.
Like,
Very.
I don't think it's part of that chain.
I don't think, yes, I agree. I don't think it's part of that chain. Very, very hole in the wall-esque.
Oh, but the guy from Philly, like.
Yeah, guy's actually from Philadelphia. He's, again, like the food is really good. We ate there yesterday. We ate there this afternoon. It was really good. There's a couple other places that are up there. There was a pizza place that we've gone to previous times, and it was pretty good.
On the other side. So
Yeah.
if you want one walking distance to, if you're staying at Stonebridge, like us, Snowmass Mall is closer.
Yeah, Snowmass Mall has all this stuff. There's also a gondola that takes you to the lower part, what they call base camp.
It's free.
And from there, yes, the gondola itself is free. Down there, there's another gondola that takes you to another place once you get to base camp, and that costs money. We're not sure how much. But base camp also has a few more food places. Has a crepe place. Has like a little mini, like, kind of like, not, don't want to say grocery store, but like
Mini market?
mini market. Yeah, that'd be the best way to put it. Thank you, Tess. But kind of, you know, cool, just little things down there to also look at and explore, maybe try.
Again, probably should have shown you guys that yesterday. Didn't realize they were doing a cider festival.
So we probably won't be filming the mall at all. There's also a place we've been going to. I don't remember what it's called, but it does like Thai, grub Thai. Also really good. We got their dumplings and their cream cheese, or yeah, crab ragoons. Really good for both of them.
They had chocolate milk boba tea. Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you guys,
Yep, chocolate milk boba tea was, I mean, Tess had it.
so good. Like, that was probably my new favorite boba tea. But we might go back. I might try the green tea.
Again, just have to show appreciation for how large aspens are. They are
And how
quite big
tall they
compared to,
get.
yes, compared to what we
I think
have.
Here, from what I thought the bus ride up to Maroon Bells said, I think aspens up here live to like 70 plus years.
75 to 90 years.
Whereas down in, like, you know, northern Colorado, Loveland, Fort Collins, at Greeley-esque, I think they only live to about 15 to 20. So again, aspens really do thrive in these higher altitude climates.
And as we've also said before too, aspens are, again, technically speaking in the end, one giant root. That's how they spread.
by seed.
Yeah, they do have seeds, but they also spread just via the root system underground. That's why when avalanches and things like that happen, aspens are the first thing to pop up and grow, and then they actually help the evergreens grow as well.
And also, if you guys have ever had aspens in your backyard, I've always had aspen trees growing up. They always shoot off little roots, and that's just them expanding.
And
We
It's
also are, because, Aspen is Aspen, we are close to the largest tree organism on the planet. It's the aspen trees.
and during the fall, they said, you
Yeah.
can see the orange colors
From the naked eye.
from the naked eye from the space station.
So that's actually super cool. That's your fun Colorado fact of the day.
Yeah, fun Colorado fact / amazing fact.
I don't know why I said Colorado, because it really doesn't have anything to do with Colorado. They're just located here.
Hey, that matters.
It was also very surprising to me too. On that bus ride, we found out the largest piece of silver came out of Aspen.
Yep, it was what was it, smuggler's mine?
I think so. Like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, over 1,000 pounds. And it's like the third or it's responsible, that mine is responsible for like a third of the silver produced in the US or world or something like that.
Which I kind of thought surprising because, silver thorn. I definitely thought that's, where it originated from.
So yeah, shuttle had some kind of cool things. Again, we didn't film in there because
A lot of people.
and all that. And in the end, don't know if you had been able to hear the speakers very well. It was just a speaker. No, like TV or anything else like that. So when you are at Maroon Bells, there's no service. No cell service or anything like that. So
You're definitely one with nature.
So just again, plan accordingly. We've even discussed some additional things that we should probably pack if we're doing these more out of their hikes. Yep. We'll probably stop for a little bit, get a drink of water, snacks. Here's the sign.
Whew. Yeah, right here. The additional trunks that break through the soil are all part of the same organism.
Whew. Good size aspens all around. Some interesting other nation lettering. Oof.
And that lake.
Another hole for frisbee golf. And yeah, out there,
I'm not
there's
sure
a lake.
if that's a private owned lake or if that's a public access lake. I'm not really sure.
Ooh.
Ooh, we're getting to the point too where you can see this really super cool mountain in Snowmass. We couldn't see it yesterday because of the clouds.
Hopefully we'll be able to see it today. I'm not too sure how far we'll go on this one. Because again, we already did a couple hikes yesterday. We did a couple hikes today.
This is our 5th hike.
Yep.
Out of the 2 days we have been here.
And I think yesterday it was 20,000 steps, but I can't remember how many floors it was.
58,
But
I thought you said.
I think 58, but it could have been a lot more.
Or a lot less.
Or a lot less. Right now we're at 21,582 steps.
It's so freaking pretty up here.
And not to timestamp it, but it is 2:18. So we got up and our shuttle left for Maroon Bells at 8. I think we started our first kind of hike
8:30.
around the 8:30ish. Then we got back to the shuttle at like 12:30ish. Headed back, sat and relaxed a little bit, ate some food, stretched out, and then decided, well, let's just do one more hike at least, and then that might be it for us for this trip. But again, we'll probably film again, doing some more like the Coyote Ridge, Prairie Ridge, and some other like walking trails, walking paths, and all that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we will answer them on our like other videos of trails and everything else. Questions can be just about anything, whether it be about trail stuff. Again, we might not know the answer, so if nothing else, we'll look it up and we'll get you guys the answer. All learn together, or if you have some information for us, that's good too.
Also, should say, we haven't really hiked anywhere outside of Colorado.
Yep. We haven't hiked super much inside Colorado.
We're in the midst of trying to branch out more from our regular, quote, stomping grounds. It's my favorite when people call that old stomping ground.
Yeah, so we want to explore. So again, if you have places that you think we'd enjoy, that we can do and all that would be a great place to film. Again, we would prefer having places to film where it's a little less populated.
But hey, you guys want to be like, hey, you should go to Kelly Ride and check out this.
Yeah.
Like,
We're not going to say no to any ideas.
any suggestions. Man, I'd love to go to Kelly Ride.
And again, we may or may not film.
It's amazing how solid grasshoppers feel. Ugh.
Think a place where they do maybe some paintball or something. Not too sure.
It would be interesting to come up here during the wintertime and just see like the difference.
Yeah.
I think this is a different type of like ski lift, I want to say too.
Whew. But I think we'll stop filming for now. Keep going up this trail a little bit further, but for now, again, respect people on the trails, respect the trail itself, Mother Nature, respect the wildlife, and respect yourself. Anything else?
I think that's good.
All right, we will see you guys again sometime later.